What is up, my dudes, my theme park friends, my Disney friends, my just wanting to watch a video because they're bored friends? What is up? Welcome to Main Street Ghouls. My name is Bailey, and I'm so glad that you are finally getting to meet me. And I know it's been a long time, but life is crazy, man. So recently, well, backstory, okay? If you didn't know, Aubrey and I are 2020 seniors, so that already goes to tell you what crazy year we've had to endure the past couple of years. With that being said, my senior trip was supposed to be to Walt Disney World in Florida. I was going to get to go for, I think it was like a week or something like that, to where I could do every park a day and then even repeat my favorite park, which I'll tell you in a minute. But because of COVID, we had to cancel because the park shut down for a really long time. So then we were like, okay, we'll reschedule it. Well, anyway, we kept like trying to reschedule it, but we didn't want to have to go wearing masks, and we wanted to go after we were fully vaccinated. Praise the Lord, we are all fully vaccinated. And then it was just one thing after another. But we finally have rescheduled for March 2022. Booyah! Yay! But yeah, pretty excited. If you can't tell, I'm a Disney nerd. I mean, come on, I got the Stitch, I got the... listen, why don't I give you a quick room tour of all of the knickknacks that I got that are Disney related. Come on, let's go. Alrighty, so we're gonna begin at my desk. We got Stitch here in his little canister, all upset before he meets Lilo. If you haven't already been able to tell, Stitch is my favorite Disney character. This is a magnet that my stepsister actually painted for me. It's me with Mickey ears, which I thought was really, really sweet. And then we got the iconic Mickey in his Phantasmic outfit pop figure. And then we have Stitch pop figure. Absolutely love him. He's adorable. I do have two little stuffies down here of Donald and Pluto that I bought last year. This is really cool. So this is something that Lego has started doing, which is like a color by number pointillism Lego portrait. And so I recently bought that and did that. Surprisingly, for being a Disney fan, I only have two sets of ears because they used to hurt my ear really bad. So this was the 2018 ears, and then we have the class of 2020 ears, which I bought when I went in January of 2020, that I was planning on wearing when I was going to go back, but ended up not going back. Over here I have my pin collection. Pretty good collection. I bought the 2018 pins and then traded all of these. This I got in a candle, and this I actually found on the ground at Epcot, which was kind of cool. And then I have a few things down here, some Polaroids that I printed out, picture of the castle up here. I have Grogu right here. I am a Star Wars fan, you'll quickly find out. Some of these aren't Disney, they're anime, but you know, we can get to that later. But I have a Stitch, Chewbacca, and then I have a Stormtrooper, Darth Vader, Kylo Ren, and a Stitch. I also have a Stitch pillow pet and a big Stitch. And then over here I have Space Mountain and Splash Mountain. Both are my absolute favorite mountains. I love Big Thunder Mountain Railroad too. I can't choose one. And then of course the iconic Happily Ever After, which is honestly my favorite fireworks show ever. And then I have two Loungefly backpacks. I have the rose gold Loungefly, and then over here I have the red, white, and blue that dropped last year. That's really my favorite. And then of course the Stitch keychain here. And then on Etsy I got a custom Starbucks cup with my name on it and that. So that's pretty much it. Something I forgot to show was this calendar I got. If you go to WDW Magazine, you can not only subscribe for a year of the magazine, which I highly, highly recommend subscribing, because you not only get to read magazines and learn about all the different tips and tricks and the ins and outs of different resorts and things like that, but it's just really cool because you get to see some history. And then you also can buy this calendar, and you can get all of the backgrounds downloaded. Like for me, I went ahead and downloaded the 4th of July, and you can also get the important dates on your computer calendar. So that's pretty much it. I probably have more. I have a Stitch blanket. There's a lot more. It's just everywhere. I even have a few clothing items. I have 2 Spirit jerseys. I have 3 Spirit jerseys actually. I have 2 of them that are the long sleeve, and then I have a short sleeve of the Mandalorian. The real reason why I brought you here today is just to kind of discuss, not only to discuss some of my favorite things, but maybe just kind of give you a little bit of a backstory of me and my experience with Disney and like what it means to me, and yeah, just to get you to know more about me. Disney is everything for me. When I was a young age, like very, very little, my family never really pushed like Disney on me. When I was younger and it was like Christmas time, like I was like 1 or 2, like I would open up presents and be like, Mickey would love this. I want to tell Mickey about this. I want to, Mickey this, Mickey that, Mickey that. They never like pushed it on me, which is, something that's, I've kind of held on to, knowing that that's been something that's just natural, that just, came about, and no one ever really forced it on me. Disney has been, I've always had a love for it. For as long as I can remember, it's my life, and it's something that I don't think will ever change. I just figured, because my thoughts are everywhere, I would just put down a list of like some of my favorites. Now, disclaimer, I am a Disney fan, therefore I can't just pick one favorite thing. Okay, I got many favorite things and many must-dos when I go to Disney. Another disclaimer is these are all subject to change once I go in March, because my mom was like, let's create a list of everything that we haven't done that we've wanted to do, restaurants we haven't tried, things, things like that. So just right off the bat, my favorite park is Hollywood Studios. I just love everything about it. My favorite snack is a Mickey bar ice cream. Always has and always will be my favorite. Favorite princesses include Rapunzel, Anna, and Merida, mainly because I relate to all of them in some way. They're great. And then out of the Mickey and Friends, I really, really like Goofy. I've always been drawn to Goofy because, I'm a little goofy. And like I've said before, favorite character is Stitch. Favorite villain is Hades. There's not a lot of characters I don't like. I like most, so, yeah. Favorite fireworks show that I've ever seen is Happily Ever After. Definitely one of the best. Just has so many movies represented in one show. It's just flawless. Okay, so now I've broken it down into each park. Sorry, I'll turn my music down. And if you want to know where you can listen to what I'm listening to, which is master music mixes of each of the parks, I will link this guy's YouTube down below. It is a lovely channel called Epcat77 Music, and he's taken the time to go through all the different parks, including Disneyland California, of the music during the pandemic when the park was closed. He went in and made these, so I'll definitely link the description down below to give him some credit and for you to check him out because they're awesome. So to break it down, we'll start with Magic Kingdom. My favorite ride, if I had to choose one, which is so hard, would be Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. But when I get to the park, I immediately go to the mountains. Splash Mountain, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, and Space Mountain. Those 3. The mountains, yeah, I love them. My favorite quick stop, I've only been to one quick stop in Magic Kingdom, and it was the launching pad. And I just had a burger. I mean, it wasn't anything special, but I mean, it's over in where the Carousel of Progress and, you know, Buzz Lightyear, and usually where Stitch is. So it's just, you know, it's a cool little area. I think over there my favorite ride would have to be the Astro Orbiters, that it's like up there, and that's really cool. Definitely recommend riding that during like the sunset. And then my favorite restaurant, I've only really been to the Cinderella Castle, never been anywhere else, and I'm not that impressed with the food. When I go, I'm going to be our guest, and then hopefully I can convince the family to go to Gaston's. I don't know, dining plan isn't happening, so we're having to be careful with what we choose. But then moving on, and then lastly, my favorite spot would be the hub, or like the center of the park where the castle is, but specifically on the lawn, the grass area. Getting to sit there and just take it all in. Oh, such a nice place. Moving on to Animal Kingdom, I had to choose my top 3 because it's really hard over there because the rides are awesome. But my favorite rides would include Flight of Passage, just because the technology. Like, if y'all don't mind ruining some of the magic, I highly recommend checking it out. Expedition Everest, just because it's a classic. And then Dinosaur, because, I mean, we gotta go get that dino, am I right? My favorite quick stop over there is called Flame Tree Barbecue. Their barbecue was so good. So good. And then the only restaurant I've been in Animal Kingdom is the Tusker House. It was good. I haven't been to a lot of places in Animal Kingdom, mainly because the last time I went with the school, we had quick stop vouchers, so we didn't really go to any fancy places. And then the last time I went with my family, we ended up going back to our hotel because we were staying at the Animal Kingdom Lodge, and we went to the restaurant that's in our hotel. I'll look it up and I'll put the name of it down here because I don't remember off the top of my head, but it was so good. We went there twice. We canceled a reservation and then added one because of how good it was. And then of course my favorite spot in Animal Kingdom is Pandora, especially at night. Moving on to Hollywood Studios, this one was probably the hardest to go through. As of right now, my favorite rides are Rock and Roller Coaster, Slinky Dog Dash, and Tower of Terror. Now, the reason why I haven't said anything from Galaxy's Edge is last time I went was when they recently opened in 2019. I went in 2020, and no one wanted to ride any of the rides. No one wanted to get a fast pass for Rise of the Resistance, and no one wanted to go on Smuggler's Run, especially with the people I was hanging out with, so I didn't get to go on any of those. And I didn't like pressure anyone, mainly because I thought I'd be coming back in like 3 or 4 months, so I was like, oh, it's fine. Yeah, that was a mistake. So these are subject to change because I haven't ridden that, and I haven't ridden in Runaway Railway, so at this point I just might have to put all of them, but I don't know. Favorite quick stop, I've only been to a few, 1 or 2, and the one that I liked was Andy's Lunchbox over in Toy Story Land, mainly because they had mac and cheese tater tots. That's all I'm going to say about that. And then the only restaurant I've been over there, this is one of the places that I told my mom that I wanted to go, was to the Brown Derby, because I've never been to the Brown Derby. The only restaurant we've been over there is the Sci-Fi Dine-In. And let me just tell you, you really are paying for the experience. You're paying to sit in the car, and you're paying to watch the shorts, but the food is subpar at best. And then favorite spots, Star Wars, Galaxy's Edge, just immediate chills. And then I like Toy Story Land, just because like you feel like you're a toy and it just makes me happy. And then Sunset Boulevard, specifically at sunset. Like if you walk down there and you look at the tower and everything as the sun's setting, oh, it's just so pretty. And then moving on to last but not least, Epcot. Epcot's always hard to decide when it comes to certain things because it's all restaurants and such. It's never been my favorite part, but as I'm getting older, that is changing. So my favorite rides would be Test Track. I haven't ridden the new one because every time I go to Disney, every time, Test Track is either closed for refurbishment or closed due to weather, like lightning and things like that. So I've never been on the new Test Track, but it's still a good one. I remember what it felt like back when it was the old one. And then Frozen Ever After. I just like the technology used in there, and it was just, it's such a wholesome ride. It's so great. So my favorite quick stop, it's hard to decide what's a quick stop and what's a restaurant out at Epcot because they're all pretty much sit down. But the Yorkshire, I don't know why I said Yorkshire. I've been to London. I've been to that place. Anyway, County Fish Shop. It's just your standard London fish and chips place, but it's really authentic. It's really good. And then I'm gonna probably mess up the pronunciation of this, but my favorite restaurant would be the Akershus Royal Banquet Hall, mainly because I don't remember where all I've been over in Epcot. I'd like to eat over there more, so that those are subject to change after this trip. And then my favorite spot is World Showcase. Just the Epcot ball and the Spaceship Earth. That's a classic ride. So that one, you know, I feel like I wouldn't be able to put as my favorite because that one should be everyone's favorite. But yeah, that's pretty much it. These are all subject to change as I go and come back. But that is pretty much it. I will definitely have a follow-up video later next year. Y'all will probably forget about it, of everything updated. But again, thank you so much for watching. I hope this wasn't too much. I hope it wasn't too boring. I know that this is probably going to be longer than Aubrey's, but I don't know. I just have a lot to talk about, and I'm excited to be on this channel. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe. I'm sorry. I'm laughing because I thought I would never, ever say this in my entire life. But go like, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you want to know when we post next. Please, please, please share this video everywhere. We want to, you know, have fun with this, and we want to reach out to other Disney fans. And then just comment down below any video suggestions, anything that you want to see. Just let us know. And thanks for watching, and I or Aubrey will see you in the next video. Peace.